is time, my friends. Lower finals between Shopify and Rebellion Black. A very established and incredible roster against new talents of Division 1, my friends. These kids, they are special. And they also are really good playing as a team, man. They've been surprising, not just me, but everybody, a lot. So eyes on them, they're fun to watch. They're very aggressive too. This game is going to be incredible. This is a best of 5. The winner goes to the grand finals and the loser is out. They played against FlyQuest yesterday, but it was epic. It was double gaming, bro. Double gaming, bro. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The future of the game is saved with these kids.
Ready, Mikey. All right.
Quick decision to extend, but you're trying to make the gap up and open spaces. This is where D1 is going to thrive across the series. Nature hold his own for quite some time.
Eyes on foreign, man.
Extra bullets. Shopify still not making the approach yet. Slower call this time. And we go on the fast lane, immediately thrown off the slide. No follow-up.
Getting to is insane with the Bulldog.
Gets one on the way down. This is what we're talking about. How much D1 individually can do while still playing as a collective.
One enemy remaining.
Boomy still hidden in this smoke. Is dynamic, chips away one as well, and Shopify is just running out of options, as is time. Really encourage the rotation from D1. Yeah, it's fully going now. Bingo still can't get called because Exa hasn't been found out. He's still in window lurking. There's the stun. Calamity. This Bucky is decent. Nobody's peeking it. Okay, Shopify's taking care of it. Finger gun out from Boomy is risky and thus punished. Little ISO'd. Mikey's got to try and pick it up.
They got them flawless round. And now they're broke too.
But Boomy, for the umpteenth time, is on this opening choke with a shotgun, and it will be punished. Calamity busts down the front line.
Good trade by Exa. Good go.
Exa cheeky angle there.
Like by some time.
Tossed in with nobody on site.
Exa got a pit.
From downtown that Mikey's launching it, and it will.
Observer, eyes on the jet.
Now the pit can safely get thrown up by Shopify.
Dynamic. Really good player, guys. Plays Jazz, plays Chamber. I like the guy.
Find a flush spot, but I don't even think that bite made it far enough.
And he's OG, guys. He used to play for T1 back in the days, you know?
Carve out here with Smoke taking these pot shots on patrol. 2 players going to be vulnerable to that primarily. Big onus on Dynamic to find a kill on the outskirts of this pit. There's one. Smoke falls. Finds X's body, trying to track it down, but in the meantime, Xander's also been found, and D1 encroach successfully.
If you just take a look at how all the players like to play grouped up, it's usually, you know, someone popping out, trying to get a little bit of information, but then immediately their other players rotate around so they can kind of take those team fights as team fights and not individuals. And yet still this round, Boomy, specifically just with this Bucky, has made magic happen. But of course,
and guys, my throat is still like
player who likes to take those
not good, so I need to rest, take things easy because we got a super marathon coming. And one thing that I need to stop doing, bro, is drink cold water. I've been doing that, bro, and it's not smart.
But Calamity still close to the sheriff as well.
I think that's why I'm not recovering.
Will be Mundi. Escorted out thanks to the recon dart. No shot, you get another one here, buddy. Yeah, no, that is. It's a certain threshold at which you can get away with that kind of thing.
What?
The gods, but Calamity might
Calamity. Bro, I like these guys. They're so good.
And they've been able to. It's been great because normally with teams like D1, you're used to seeing like the trade follow-ups, the rush downs with like the swing into the double, swing into the triple. With D1, it's like they're setting up a trail.
What the fuck was that?
Wow, Satellite, great.
Nah, bro, yo, low key, this is disgusting. What can you do, bro? It's not even a Ferrari pick. It's like a chat. I don't know. What the fuck is that?
Have done a marvelous amount of clutching before, with Dynamic in particular.
It's too fast, bro.
As he, with this Vandal now in hand, will find the off angle as the Nebula will dissipate. But not much time as well here. Now the Cosmic Divide thrown up to help the
Valorant.
Dynamic. Anything but for the opener, but he'll still keep walking along. Smoke has the sight watched for Calamity, so it's just the oneer left, and not too many options as to where he could end up being from here. Dynamic has to burn.
But that was nice. That was nice. That was a Valorant round, guys.
He's gonna be happy to get away with one more along the way. Let's add some stats in the meantime, shall we?
Oh my God! Such a line.
Continue to be be oppressive. We've seen what Satellite can do. And honestly, if you're an SRB fan, you're hoping he can deliver.
Oh my god,
First
that's
line of
beautiful.
defense
Get
now this time, and
two.
Satellite can get away with two
That's
on the
special.
way down, but the trade back from Mikey catches smoke too. Shopify try to afford the pack, and now they'll rotate the stack through the doors, walk two up to mid, trying to backstab, but D1 is on a mad dash back through CT through the arches. They force Shopify to pack up in the wrong spot, and now the U-turn is facilitated by Calamity, who's crept up A this whole time, and is on mid doors, not getting checked at all. What is this setup? Oh, Calamity not prepared for the follow-up from Exa, though, and the snake bite does manage to miss. No, okay, it'll flush him out and kill. So down to a 2v2, but D1 still yet to get spiked down. They will in the safe spot. Toxic Orb on top of Shopify. Prepared for this retake, but Xander only on 13 HP as well. Only a Nebula left to go to, so you can only cover one crucial spot. That's got to be where Foreign's at, but Mikey's already got two in the tank and still a Sheriff in hand. You breathe on Xander, he dies. Exa has nothing left after that bite is gone, so it's got to be full contact through this toxic screen.
Yeah.
Toxin screen down.
But it also relays that nothing has to be used on the way down to clear, so you can stay silent. Exa finds the first swing from both, clears it. Xander tapping the spike.
I don't see a lot of things going on.
Gets Mikey out.
That was interesting.
Is set, but
that was
Xander
nice by
has to
D1,
step
bro.
into
Yo,
this
these
recon
kids are
target.
nice.
Duels, they just tend to be losing them this time around, and Exa already under so much pressure.
Yeah, very close here, and Boomy's just going to try to track that down, the spray down from Nature to try to make sure he doesn't get caught on the way in, but now the overdrive from Boomy gets quickly shut down. Nature caught.
Nice Nature. Oh my god, bro, I didn't see one from his POV. That's unlucky, bro.
He's the one
I'm
that
sorry,
gets
don't like you,
all
but
of those
that's all
credits.
good.
And looking for
I like you.
more, the drone's gonna spot him too.
Hope that helps.
And you know exactly what Shopify is gonna do thanks to it. Yeah. Oh, Satellite's gonna be able to get the final.
Satellite's still hanging out on A, though.
The solo footsteps heard. You'd think Shopify doesn't fall for something like this, but they do. They only keep one around. Calamity with the operator.
I get on big, gets the kill this time.
Close quarters, and now he will backstep as two members of Shopify fall into an empty site. Satellite. Now the only one remaining is the spike already starts to tick away. And D1 have made saltwater taffy out of Shopify.
Nice Satellite, bro. He's looking on fire today.
Still solo, still willing to do it all himself. And he will continue to for a couple of crucial seconds as he'll make his way up this fadeaway Nebula, slide into the first. Gravity well to hold down Foreign. He cares not. Nature with the invasion through the divide onto Boomy. As Shopify try to work off of this late Astra ult. Foreign bobbing and weaving between it so that the timing is better, but they won't hear this diffuse tap, so Xander can get away with this tap. The gravity well doesn't stop him, and neither does any member of D1. Shopify lay down the divide.
He's in, but at the same time, so many of these players on Shopify Rebellion Black kind of
if he shoots, he gets the kill, man.
Bucket.
He's not missing.
Satellite, Exa, Smoke, all of just these cracked kids trying to make a name for himself.
Another B exec here, as Shopify do have so much obfuscation to
Bro, this kid with that judge, bro, is insane. Oh my god.
I love this character so much. He's so cool.
I don't like this guy. I'm joking, but Neo's actually fun.
But Smoke should have that. Okay.
Bro, it was a 5v3, man.
Yeah, Calamity's got to rush back on here, but Xander not entirely sure how close he is to this. Oh, Astra Duels.
I call Astra Diff.
One of my favorite dittos. First skate up by Calamity. He's nice and close to this.
Inside this mall, bro. That was nice.
Calamity.
A little bit beaten and sad.
Yeah, ad nauseum, 100%. Yeah. You don't need to hear the tier 2 NA guys talk about how good Neon is in this game. Shopify, once again, Smoke in front of the first point of contact, and yet again, Boomy in front and the first to deal damage.
Man, this kid is insane right now.
Through tracking the bullet trading, and Xander will fall very early as well. A crucial rifle round.
There's so many good talents here in the region. It's actually insane.
A relay bolt to get Satellite in early. And the double flush on the
I feel like it's a tough thing to be on VCT right now in Americas, because there is so many good players that can anytime replace you. That is crazy, bro. Like, if you are there, you feel the pressure, for sure.
And Mikey with the double recon, Calamity with this
at least they should,
there's just so much stall. He might not even
and the
get
power
to
of friendship
see the
sometimes is bigger.
He needs to kill to get this round over with. And there's both.
Magic boy
gets the full proc with trying to find a reason to stay resilient this round. Xander will have the first point of contact and the smoke to help obfuscate the secondary satellite up on top of the overdrive, but decides to play into the grab well that Calamity sets up to try to trap him and gets killed
What a
for
kill,
it. Now
man.
Foreign walks down Xander. It has an excuse to set
It was
up
looking good for
another Viper's
Shopify.
pit on the spike.
Now they're in trouble, bro.
And Shopify
Could be game.
for the 3v3 reapproach to save the game, the first of what
But they're all good, right?
times.
There was no weak
Nature will
link in this
fall
thing.
again
And the way they
very
play
early
together,
in it.
I like it.
Getting backstabbed by
They're
Calamity.
smart. They do
D1
some different
has
things
such a
that other teams are
plethora
not
of options at
expecting.
this point, but still, Exa again. A 1v3. Once
I like
more
the one.
for the clutch. Little
Bro,
less on
this is the
plate,
first time
but
I see them
even
play.
still,
This stage here,
have to make a meal out of it.
for me, it is the first time. GG, well played, kids. Damn.
Of Breeze by 3, able to get the leg up in the losers finals.
And what a great map being played by Division 1.
Lot of spaces to check. These are the moments in which Division 1 tend to fall. There's too many places to stare at, and Calamity still with these slides. He'll be the Neon in charge this time around and get it started with that opener. Now Exa stack running into him. Opener picked off by Nature, and Exa
Nice,
sees that
Exa.
as the
I
excuse
like
to
this
walk
good.
back in. Now just try firing through the Toxic Orb. Why not?
Another T1
Grab
player.
a third onto Mikey, and Dynamic feels like only an extra piece of credit, but they'll still find some nice little points in there on the way down. Well, we'll see if that ever actually comes into effect here, just because you're so close up. Calamity with a shotgun. Prowler won't catch him, give away the shotgun, so Satellite's got to use the slide, and he'll just limbo right under that hitbox. Gets a second onto Mikey as well, and Shopify can flood A with ease.
Aspect should go down nice and easy. 3v5 here on the retake. Dynamic coming in with a Bucky is not exactly how you want this one to work out, but given the fact that Boomy and Foreign do have a rifle, there's still great opportunity. Still, though, they got to clear smoke with this Judge.
And that's Dynamic's body give
Oh
it to
my
it.
god.
At least gets one down along the way. Satellite ready for the next two.
Nice,
Approach
Foreign.
on drop. Doesn't move, so Foreign has a very easy punish once he puts his head up.
And this guy name
Still,
is a
though,
hard word for me
not
to
much
speak,
time
bro.
left to go, and a lot of bodies you have to trade
English
through.
is already
D1
hard,
can
but
see
some
the
names-
writing on the wall.
Toxin screen
Tough,
And
bro.
will try to keep 2 of their rifles as they'll hightail it, give Shopify their own streak.
One day we get better.
Get rid of the trademark pretty quick, so they can take over this nice and fast. Foreign, tough duel to take against Smoke. Really feeling himself at this point. Attempted lurk by Calamity. Does catch Xander down to the 30
Calamity
trade,
is a
but
guy that also
certainly
loves
can take
this
those.
this
So
buckets, bro.
D1, tough to approach this. Dynamic
The shotguns.
force in hand as well. Has to go for the long-winded angle.
And it's
Leaves
so
him
good
with
for a
one.
team
They
to have
do
two
go for the
players
stab.
like they
From
have. They
spawn?
can play
Oh
Neon.
no, he's watching.
And really?
Satellite's wrap instead. What a great read, and now he
That's
turns
a full
on the
meta, bro.
Smoke. Good God, man just might get it all done on his own. Slow zone dissipates, so the rest of D1 will encroach. Limited time to get this done. Dynamic, another slow contact, another kill with this tour de force. Unstoppable with a scope. And he might have to be the saving grace too, as Nature holds it down against the crowd. Short side catches him. Nightfall to try to save as they double swing with the
Oh, if he
approach.
dies on that
And it's
first
Boomy
bullet, he
that
could
ends
win,
up
bro.
Getting the work done. Shopify choosing to press into it, knowing that that tree presence is a little more vulnerable for Dynamic
my
to
God.
commit to. Still, he commits and still he gets the kill, gets away, and now has the support from the rest. But Shopify have a huge paranoia coming in from Zaire.
Boy, he survived that.
Site. It's got to be Boomy
Well
and
done,
Mikey
kid.
on the boxes itself to
heard
hold
that.
it down, and they do. Now the Nightfall to follow up
Real
onto
pivot.
Nature.
Maybe even
who
towards
has
safe they
grabbed
won.
that operator in desperation to run away. Exa creeping all the way up to CT in the meantime, has fielded out this B site and throws a beautiful seize by Nature to stall this out so that the pit can get tossed up by Shopify. These gamer brains are just moving a mile a minute today. I love it.
It's going to be tough, though.
Extension.
Nature just has this operator, and so the Viper's Pit actually could be a little bit of a detriment if they take the fight inside of it.
Yeah, but the back haul is going to get the occupation. Mikey gets red, but whiffed. And now the Haunt to confirm the position by Exa that has to get shot down, so that'll get a bullet trade available in for Boomy on this 1 HP.
They try to
Who
play
can't find
together,
the kill?
though.
It's Exa, and immediately fades back out of the pit. Mikey gets juked, has to tap, and as the pit is dissipated, Exa gets the reset. Mikey,
Wait.
unfazed, on the half tap. Goes again. Exa's got to reapproach. Mikey, not enough time to win the fight,
Nice,
and it doesn't
Exa.
matter when Exa wins it anyway. Well, now it's the other Opper who has
Observer.
that power, but Smoke gonna go in cold and catch Calamity on B. Now the rushdown attempt from Boomy is stopped by Exa, who is holding A as well. And Shopify's patience pays dividends against an antsy D1. Now a second for Smoke as well.
With an operator in hand, hanging out on the site, and Foreign as well. Been looking for that opportunity to also get online. Had a fantastic map last time.
To tree swing to first kill. Rushdown not available. Satellite was the one who fell. Dynamic has a buffer. And now a second angle. Lets the first one through. Whiffs against Xander. And Foreign cannot do anything more. And it doesn't feel like this is strong enough. Well, not with Nature holding that operator. Just feels like you can't get inside. But you pivot now, and Dynamic's gonna catch you. It feels like Shopify have run themselves dry.
He whiffed, bro. You got a trap on B. You don't need to do anything.
And that is crucial. Let
Oh
Shopify
my
stake all the
god.
way back over
That was
to A
a
with
really
impunity.
good round for Dan.
Yeah, look at this. It's just a mad dash over there. Will be Mikey who's going to be able to get in there first, but look at that. Exa is able to get the pit online.
Impatient
My one
one.
concern right now is going to be, how they're going
Crossing
to be
the
able to
round.
retake this. An
And
excellent
actually,
position, actually,
their half is
for
done, bro.
this pit to get set up here. And so it cuts off a lot of this space, and if they want to go in for that spike, they got to go all the way to tree now.
Even still, it feels like there could be only one place Shopify's members are, so Foreign can pressure that pretty immediately. Oh, but they'll sprint right back up to the front of it the second the door's procced. They don't even care about letting intel go. They just want to take the better position. And D1 understands how important that is as well. By God, they might have perfected it here on an edge.
Shopify, and they've already taken this B site.
I have them.
Overdrive now used by
Nice,
Satellite
Namek.
for the post plant as X's lurk does nothing. Now looking for some grounds in, and D1, yeah, they just go for the invasion. Everyone on all fronts just walking it down and making it work. TP back from Xander is the only thing they have to hold on to, but the man is on 6 HP, just gets sprayed down.
Reinforcements from Division 1 have already got themselves set up. It's going to be up to Smoke to watch for that flood in.
Skates into drop, but Mikey is ready for it. Not aware of how close D1 could be to this. Xander on the wraparound, able to maybe backstab Foreign, know a little too behind to this, so they have to repack in, but it means Mikey could just circle back and almost clutch up by himself. He could do it against Nature as well, but
Bro, Nature, this is
lies
your map,
up
bro.
ahead. The crouch is all that matters. Except for the double duelist dash, of course. And Boomy's gonna get in, allow for Calamity to get his opening. Nature traded, Satellite on 1 HP, and now the Neon can slide and let D1 do the rest of the talking. So, sticking to formula, they're able to take this. Now the 3v4. Boomy is quite low, though. And
they're playing very safe
Shopify's a
here.
little early to this. We'll see how they're able to make something of it. Saturate's still free for Smoke. Xander with the paranoia as well. Seaside's a great place to let that fly. And there's the former of it, but Dynamic, yeah, I mean, he's been in that spot a bajillion times, just not checked. The lineup swing onto Xander as well. That leaves him solo, and Exa yet again. Boomy's not going to waddle out any further than this.
Bro, they're taking forever to attack this.
Who strikes first? It's the Saturate in the backside, so Exa.
Oh my
can
god,
start
Exa was so
approaching on the
patient there.
pitch to the
I
drop.
thought it was
That'll get an
clear.
easy two-for.
Bro, the guy was jiggling there the whole time.
Starts
Wait.
Mikey left alone, has to deal with the first. Smoke just gonna stick this off. That was some risky business, Buck.
Sticks the spike there, it still loses his life as well. I mean, gotta be a little bit of a disappointment.
What? Yo, that third one was
Three
nice.
kills right off the bat.
Oh my
I mean,
god,
this
bro, that's
probably
the best
was
round I've
close
ever seen in my life.
That's just on the other side of where D1 are. You know they
Nice
just like
ban.
fade it. Oh, no way, Xander gets one.
Two.
Only a matter of time. That counter smoke was
Oh,
already
farm them, farm them.
rounds ago. Xander was more than ready for it. Now Satellite can just keep spraying into the abyss,
Bro,
looking for something
this is the kind of thing I would like to see his POV, but we will never, you know? I feel like we, as a community, we should force Riot to be better. Like, we're not having
Dynamic, not
replace for
just Chamber, 'cause
professional
that's
games.
Yeah, it is
normal play.
dynamic
It's
specifically on Chamber.
It's shit, bro.
Backtracking is
I don't know the word to use it, but it's shit.
kind of crazy. And
Yeah.
2026, bro. CS has that for like 30 fucking years.
And Xander who are going to be holding this down, but Smoke is on the other side of the map, so there still is this opportunity for
It's
D1
insane,
to
bro.
find their way in, especially given the fact that Dynamic has been good with it, and yeah, good for another.
And guys,
That was on the drop. Smoke
this
was
is
there to
being
take
broadcast with good observers, good investment, you know, VCT as well. Imagine next year when we got open qualifiers back again. We are gonna see the best players in the world playing without broadcast, without stream, without good observers. We're gonna miss every fucking thing. No one is talking about that. They forgot how it was in the past, bro.
Oh, no way.
So the full-blown fight, but Shopify with this Nightfall already, and Xander has made the wrap so early here. Now Shopify can storm the front, and barely anybody can hold their own. Everyone gets in on the action there, and the triple swing will
Bro, I want to see
send
5 maps here.
Want to force this OT.
Well, it'll start on B site. Standard execute. Nightfall into the light speed, and yet it's a D1 member that's the first to fall. And now the immediate pivot to try to save face against the stack that Shopify prepared to be here. Prowler to suss out the waterfall presence. They know it's there and they know it's far, so they know the plant is probably safe. Foreign's gonna stick it.
Spike planted.
And Shopify, yeah, just paying attention to those outskirts, making sure nobody gets greedy. Nobody can get punished. As the rest of the team makes their way on. Who swings out first? Take a wild guess. Oh, nothing for Dynamic there. Huge. As the double swing for Shopify comes through, it's
nice. Ace for Danger. I told you this is our map, bro. GG. I cannot swing.
Since map 1, and Shopify will take a map of their own along with it. We will be going to bind no matter what.
All right, the nerves have been shaken off at this point.
Okay,
SRB,
no need for SRB here, guys. Again.
Wrong last map for Lotus. No, it's still a great bit. It was a very funny bit. You're very funny.
All right, thank you. I think. Great.
In goes Shopify on the attack. It's Dynamic to get a first blood.
I've seen Dynamic popping off here on this map with Chamber before.
Still hanging around in the back hall. Exit can punish. Shopify keep the close quarters crunched. And Calamity does actually still get away with one on the way down, too. The whole of D1's here now. It's a full-on pack fight. A feeding frenzy between 10 sharks.
Satellite.
Now left to Satellite is the only one for Shopify's side.
Oh, this
Spike in
frenzy,
hand.
bro.
He's gonna try and make a run for it, and he will! Frenzy to spray on the stack as D1's members remain tight-knit. The smoke they go, and it's a little too far up. Especially with the better guns this round. Yeah, they can take their sweet time with it. Prefer to not let a spike go down just for the money's sake.
What?
But Exit with that poke from Art, that's insane.
Dangerous round.
And he's managed to make his way all the way up.
Chamber on the flag.
The backside
Without low.
on that opening lurk. I mean, Dynamic really had his number there, but he's chosen to circumnavigate the entire map, and it's let Satellite grab a 3K with a classic.
They're both low.
Teleport's ready.
We told you it'd be one hell of a game, folks.
Yeah.
Dynamic.
That I had no doubt about it.
Say that from becoming one
Hey guys, Shopify Rebellion Gold is also
Both
playing right now.
tools.
I will try to do the highlights of their game, but I won't promise.
Does not catch him. They have to run up to this Dynamic. It's
That's
just
a lie.
gonna stick it.
What? Take one?
You could have given me 500 years to tell you how that round was gonna end, and it wouldn't have been that. Taking B long as we speak, but everyone is on the doldrums of A, and now in the dugout. Tempted Nova Pulse into the Armageddon, almost does catch Mikey, but it won't. Instead, Shopify just waddle on into sight. Get this spike down ASAP. Extension out from Smoke early on. Lightspeed for Boomy just to get positioning. We'll still get him one on the way down, but ultimately, D1 are not in a prime spot at the moment. They've got to find some really cheeky kills in order to get away with this round, but Shopify, they see the 3v2 is only another opportunity to juke D1 out. Spread them thin again and let Smoke maybe get a freebie. No, it'll be a 2v2 retake here for D1 to Shopify move over to B.
That's so
And that's a big round, guys.
Sure, Smoke was going to be able to find
Both teams
that
low
kill,
on money.
Not able to get it as Foreign just hops up.
Prime Vandal. I like that shit so much, bro. It sounds so good, simple, it's good.
Division 1 want to take this
One of my favorite weapons, man.
Rifles against rifles. All
His
of
knife
these
too is
members
great.
unscathed.
Can't use that yet.
Not sure if Foreign has enough time on this spike to justify using the Cosmic Divide for the approach. Dynamic has to do all of this dry clearing. Yeah, instead they'll just contact. Oh wait, Xander wins the fight. Crucial when he should have.
Nice double pick.
Just takes the swing and
So I think that might also be helping Shopify Rebellion Black gain that confidence and take those opportunities. Dynamic under a lot of trouble here and gets taken down early. Hey, that's a good use.
Unlucky, bro.
Dynamic let go of his rendezvous. Didn't have a chance to be able to TP to even juke that out. Now D1 are in panic mode in this rifle round.
Low key, this is a save already. You guys go. You guys are trolling. It's a 5v3, bro. Calamity can try to do something, but the other two to wait and cannot find.
So keyed in. The Nebula reset to let Shopify focus on the fight at hand. And now it's Satellite with his
bro,
own
they got
backstab.
zero money.
It's a flawless.
Who's got that sniper rifle in hand? Dynamic just going to be rifling here. So
Nice.
a little bit of a swap up will be
Yeah, that's
enough.
not an angle we
Exit
expect
gets caught
actually.
off guard by Dynamic.
It's a very unconventional lurk by him. Great adjustment to get away with a free first blood. That is massive in these D1 rounds. And now Foreign.
Nice Foreign. Yeah, this kid is popping off big time. Nah. This kid is insane, bro. Damn.
The only kind of reset the D1 need. They walked through the 4th place match and the 6th place match and the 8th place match and the 12th place match and the 16th place match. Surely not this time. Walking by Smoke. Who do you target, Dynamic? Absolutely nobody. That's a trail of tears right there. And D1 has to try to re-aggress. Boomy does get away with that lucky shot. That's marvelous. And Foreign to creep up on the Nebula does allow him to get one on the way down. Cosmic Divide's finna dissipated. Smoke, this is the Saturate. Hits himself on the Ricochet. And as this fades away, nobody can even fully retreat. Nature tries to go for it instead of shooting his way down, so it's a quick 2v3. The fast lane will quickly get them in. Boomy playing a nice decoy to allow for a lot of timer stalling. With one more kill, Satellite has to hold all of this. Almost does, but Calamity saves face. Boomy's gonna try and creep up this sewer, but the guy has a shorty, so yeah, he can't go through. He just has to hold the door.
Okay. Heard one.
And
I think he heard
all
two.
of this rotating though.
Yeah. He's not going there, but
So
he got a lot of
space.
information.
Xander, they're still in the right place at the right time.
Okay.
Boomy jumping down, not heard by Xander, able to at least trade it back, and D1 make the call. It'll be A site here. Nature seized momentarily into the stun nade thrown by Satellite to try to stall, but Shopify still don't feel they have proper aggression and power to be able to deal with this. Now, Exa slowly but surely on the way back after that little juke out from D1 was successful, and have begun to patrol this spike. The Night Guard up and watching. Dynamic TP expended for the line of sight reset as Boomy tries to move upward and forward. 1 for 1 down. Now it's the backside you got to worry about, but Satellite might be the most dangerous one there. No, Calamity now back in to the to and fro. The relay bolt to try to catch, and Mikey on Art has been sussed out by Smoke. He'll take care of this one fight, but no way. The right click by Mikey leaves Nature on his own. And
Becoming fastened here, and Dynamic actually not buying anything, so just using the headhunt.
Okay, good trade.
okay, Dynamic's just gonna chase him down.
It's a luck
with
shot,
2
bro.
How is he
Big
able
one,
to
though.
figure this out off of 2 shotgun shots? How do you trace ahead like that? That's nuts.
Planted.
That's not spamming through smokes. That's just straight up surgical nonsense. And he'll be the first to arrive, last to leave, as always. When it comes to these post-plant fights, he's gonna choke up again, try to catch one more. Smoke takes half of his pool. He's
So
still
let's do worry
here.
about a possible flank
Let's go
style.
for it again.
Being very safe.
Okay, Smoke finally punishes that hubris. But the rest of D1 is still up and kicking, and there's not much time to take this spike now. They still have all of the Asterisk stall as well. The Smoke will
Nature?
hold on to a lot of it. Nature burning 2 on the way down. He has a great one-way with the help of this Smoke. Foreign is spraying the entirely wrong part of this spike, though, and so again...
Value. And same with Boomy, but this time, Shopify Rebellion Black have been doing such a good job to keep that stuff in check.
Hunter's Fury from Nature as he hears quite a bit of stepping. Right on his front door, too. Dynamic.
What?
The other
There's no way I got
recovers
killed
in
there,
time to
bro.
use the Odin, but
Oh.
still does get traded out by D1, who with these worst guns are hitting the W key even harder than ever before. And it will land them a B site very decisively this time, in fact.
But look at Foreign's position. It's so far forward. That might lead to some optimal timing as the Nightfall comes online for D1 to kind of keep SRB at bay for a second.
Yeah, forces the second guess from Satellite. Now the Tour de Force is watching his every move. The drone is going to have to suss that out. Instead, it goes onto the site, so you're still not fully prepared for this. Yeah.
Dynamic,
Be
you
ready
like this
for this
map.
pickup from Foreign. It's going to be everything,
No?
especially now that Dynamic
Maybe he
is
doesn't like
falling. He's
any
got to
map
speed it up.
at the same time.
Xander's already on site, and it's cracked a second in the hallway. Now the Cosmic Divide will let Foreign be the only one that can kill.
Nah.
And he
Yo,
will
this is definitely
double
a
take with
kid
the
to keep an eye on,
shell.
guys.
The flank
The
that
things
they
he's
were
been
all
doing
waiting for.
is more than
And
special.
that might decide this round.
Nah, this foreign guy, bro. You were insane.
And now an Odin to his back. Just showing how beautifully she can manage this map and how many kills you can get along the way. The bingo call is abruptly stopped by a shock dart to start, and Shopify's
What's
presence
happening?
on this site is magnificent.
Nah, D1, you can always just run,
3v2
guys.
start. When Shopify has essentially nothing to lose by calling for that sort of thing, they can just dump onto the 1 stack and win. Xander, okay, Boomy is having a lot of fun with this considering how dangerous the situation is right now. Virgin Pat's on top of the spike, thinking that somebody's puppy guarding it. The answer is no. They're all the way in the back, and they have the two. Back through Art, Calamity managed to outrun a lot of that util, but hasn't sold his position at the moment. Surely known, but not prepped for. Shopify is once again stepping back. Good dugout scout to let the spam go through, but it still doesn't manage to kill Xander. The man's at 17 HP. Now the spray will work, and D1 carve out their portion of sight. Smokes back. Does manage to find one on the way down, and Nature has crept back into this dugout. And it's perfectly caught onto Foreign's drop of the spike. Now the Bentry back in from Exo.
Like that.
Successful. Mikey can counteract that. Nature's attempted spam won't work on the second plan. Relay bolt. He's already escaped it, but now dynamic swing available for this repeak onto Nature. The double surely coming sometime, yes, but here's the next second. Yeah, there it is.
Guys, if Shopify wins this and go to the grand finals, they will have a chance to get a revenge when I made it at 13-0 then, bro. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit.
Foreign is traveling to Narnia.
I would never expect that to happen.
Go for this A-take, but there's two
Not in a million years.
Spawn, and you would have loved to have that help now, but Foreign will instead catch Xander. Chilling up in that lobby, so now Satellite knows he's relatively pinched, and Mikey can win that fight.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that too.
And D1 on stilts practically will make that fight work. But there's 10 seconds to go, and the spike is still light years away. Only one little bit of interruption is going to make this round an impossibility. Mikey,
what a save.
Just one body to go, and surely nothing more than the spike dropping is what happens here. Shopify. Well, initial shock dart cuts Boomy down to half out the gate here, so clearly just keeping that dry firing going, but Calamity is just running it down and is eventually traded away. Nature, the iron wall of his own, does catch the secondary duelist as well, so it's now just that standard presence from D1. Now the Hunter's Fury thrown in by Nature as well, just to scope out where this spike is getting committed, but no hard commitment yet from D1. Lets it fall on basically nothing, and meanwhile, Foreign going for yet another backstab. You remember how well this worked last round, didn't you? Now this step in from the Saturate onto Smoke lets Exa get the freebie onto Mikey, but that's quickly traded out by Dynamic in the front, and here comes Foreign. Who's looking at it? It has to be everybody, as Exa quickly deals with Dynamic. Now they're both watching main. The turret's the thing that catches Foreign, and he's got to take this 1v2.
Well played, Nature. You are on fire, bro. GG. Well played. Now we move on to Bind. You guys, I'm chilling a little bit more today and speaking less too, because, bro, my throat is horrible right now. And also, I've got to save me some energy, my friends. We've got 4 days of marathon coming.
But given the expectation coming into this, this is going to be an interesting spread, though, because SRB going through hookah.
Dynamic with the snake bite out, Satellite can just skate on past it, so can Smoke.
There is no ball back, guys, especially with these compositions here. So good timing means everything.
Decoy from Boomy just lets him die, and Mikey can't pick up the trade back.
That is almost
try
straight
to hold
round.
on to something, but it just lets the rest of Shopify encroach. No Calamity in the meantime has made his way to the back of the octagon and is able to at least trade away another pick or two.
A lot of information for them to work off of, and you know SRB's a squad that comes in prepared.
Now there's a lot of tape saying there's a lot of tape on Division 1.
Oh boy.
Tapeception. Okay. Mikey holds up the back line to Shopify once again, just storm the B site. This is a bonus, by the way. And now the dog out
the dog,
bro. That's the perfect timing. He whiffs it at the perfect time before stepping in, not concussed and not phased so far, down to 5 HP. And now the only one remaining having to make it a 4K in order to clutch.
Yeah, but get ready for some snowball.
With the toxic screen, that's a great read from Smoke to prepare for that step out from
Dynamic. Guys, tomorrow, 5 a.m. we got VCT Pacific, then we got VCT Americas, and then the grand finals of Challenge North America.
Convergent Pats into the orbital strike. They're giving it a go on the stack on the B site, letting all of that damage from the ultimates and the gunfire from Satellite.
In the next days, we got our VCTs happening, bro. At the same time, bro. It's gonna be crazy, bro. Wish me lucky, send you your energy, because I'm gonna need it, bro.
Try again next time, buddy.
That and money for coffee.
The fight could mean big dividends here in
Oh, look
Hookah.
at
Has to check the opener first, and Xander stuffs it
bro,
out.
flawless from Shopify is rich. The one is full, bro.
Exit doesn't even give his life to it. Instead, They'll run back in where Smoke is posted with the op on short, and no one is watching it. Now the attempted rush back, and Calamity can't finish it. Smoke stays standing, and now gets
man,
a
this guy with
third
an
on the
up is
board
just
as
beautiful
well.
to watch.
Pick as well, but now Smoke is online,
Gotta pick some.
and this is just so hard for Division 1, and they have to start pulling these rounds back in their favor.
Saturate to clear the shower so that there's a free overdrive online here for Satellite, but that's quickly shut down by Foreign under the stim. Still, though, that leads to the pinch on short that the rest of Shopify can execute. Now you can maybe go through the TP because the rest of D1 has had more than enough time to make their way back over to this site. Surely Shopify is prepared for something like that. They are indeed. Smoke takes the dry contact swing and wins it, and Mikey, a crucial whip from beyond, is able to let Nature stay standing. Now a bird to clear away Smoke. Boomy with the operator. Make sure Nature can't trade it back, and it's a 2v2 with the help of the Seekers launched out from Mikey. Could this be a round going D1's way? Exa sticking around, getting chased down by the Seekers, and now just waiting. The dog has to get thrown out, and he'll still wait it out. Boomy just spamming the shots as he gets in the TP to make sure that's done with. Xander,
VCT player.
he's clutched before. He's been absolutely marvelous this series, but the light speed confirms the position, forces the swing out from Xander.
8 bullets.
The initial fight
Nah, what can you do, bro? What can you do, bro?
And Boomy will win. X is sticking around momentarily on this octagon for the orb, but nothing more. It's going to be the bingo call for a site from Shopify Rebellion Black. Foreign is close with the orb strike in a great position to do it, but the Saturate should quickly trade him out. It's Smoke of all people to get it, but Foreign still grabs that kill on the way down with that orbital strike. Smoke in the refract does get killed. Now,
nice, bro.
Catches Nature from beyond the block. X's body's given away by the pit.
No 7-1, Mundi.
Might have seemed like an ultimate that falls on deaf ears. Already some bullets flying as soon as
It's
he
a miracle.
lets that tap go. 25 HP.
It's actually a miracle.
Calamity with the 4K.
Looks like it might be a fast hit in hookah.
Yeah, just jumping down here onto Hookah. Yeah, Satellite will fall quickly. Dynamic just holding it down, eventually flushed away, but D1's resources are more than here. Calamity slid in. Xander frags that back, but Mikey...
Guys, these kids, they already proved in the tournament that they can come back. It doesn't matter the score. And guys, these kids, they came from Premier. Just said it. I saw them play in the qualifier.
Inexcusable at this point in the tournament. Calamity with a panic overdrive to try and hold down the crowd coming his way, and he'll do a good job of staying alive, but maybe not as much damage as he'd hoped to. There's the dink onto one. There's the second. He's still kicking, and Shopify can finally shut that down. But with the remaining 2 members of D1 having more than enough time to make it back onto site, it's a very
We see some things coming from
Premier,
man.
Shots are way
He's been winning masters, my
It's gotta be
friends.
for it again, and he can't even
These tournaments are beautiful. The next year, we're gonna have even more.
But down to 33 with that adaptive armor.
You could be there, my friends, on franchise. On a big thing, I believe.
It's off in the net seesaw. See, begin with the dive onto X, and Nature tries the follow-up. The stack is way too strong, and Calamity up to 2. Saturate in from the TP, but there's no immediate available follow-up, and now the regrowth is going to allow most of D1 to be basically in tip-top shape going into this B site. Some pot shots taken as the chase down persists. But D1, they love switching up like this, and so they'll see this as an excuse to head over.
Bind will be out, my friends. Ascent will be back. You guys like that?
Is still being held up by Dynamic, and there's no check from Satellite. Massive discrepancy that will net Dynamic too. And surely the pistol is wrapped from here. It's not flawless though, as Xander will at least find Foreign.
Cross, but it's looking a little bit not wise, given all the utility getting tossed out just to keep him at bay.
I think that toxic orb might have bounced a little weird. I don't know if I'm seeing things or not, but they might not have as much cover on Spike. It's okay, that's not what D1 plays. They play cover on frontline. Dog susses out Boomy. He just has to stay hidden for a second here. Rest of the cover's available. Bird out next. Shopify wasting a lot just to get on backside, but they're able to spray through, and yeah, Boomy's been tracked out as well. 3v2 now. Dynamic gonna step out through the hookah, see if he can get away with anything, but Shopify are watching both ways, and yet again, God, it's Xander. Early rotation from Shopify Rebellion Black after a lot of noises made with the help of that Molly getting tossed in to help cover the backside. Seekers now thrown out offensively from Mikey as well to suss out this early Lamp's presence. I don't think you need a cabbage to figure out that the Neon is held up there.
Oh, what?
But Calamity's been found out after zoning away from the orbital strike. Skates past Boomy in Lamps and manages to kill him with the shotgun. I didn't even know 2 people could fit in there. But now, as the spike takes away, Shopify's frozen momentarily. They don't know how much space they have control of.
Eyes on the
And they'd
Viper.
like to give Exa a couple more
Exa
seconds to get a
fighting.
little further up with this judge. And Molly's gonna give him every excuse to do that. No Satellite, you cannot go around that.
Oh.
Smoke's been found out by Dynamic in the shower again. He just loves hiding out here. Oh, but Foreign, you should not be looking there, my guy. That's a quick kill for Excess. Satellite has the excuse to dive in and give the rest of Shopify all the room they need to take over. Yeah, Shopify felt so secure with their lamps covered in the previous round that they could free.
Guys, remember something?
Because of all of that.
Yeah, I think it was on Champs, man. I think it was their first game, actually.
Their next moment to interrupt will be as the
it
spike goes down.
Beautiful, bro.
That's why D1 buffer it with the smoke and the saturate to make sure no one can get a word in edgewise. Foreign on the bench gets away with the oneer and lets the molly go down, so Xander's pressured to swing it. He still will win that, and even duck back behind the molly, back into the pocket, sacrificing some of his health to take a better position. Smoke, crucial whiffs on the lamp's presence. That continues to be D1's bread and butter in order to hold on to a round like this. Late poison orb by Dynamic tossed as well to give the impression that they had less util than available, and it lets them get away with the freebie. Now they've got to deal with Mikey choked up on lamps, and they've overextended so well. Nature can only take
this team, bro. They don't give up.
And Division 1 yet again. Okay, Suka is going to be that weakest point, though, and Nature falls right into the smoke that flushes him away. The bird out does do a lot of help, but the stun on Exis slows him down, so he's only able to get one on the way down. Mikey able to find him on the
guys, they are bringing this back, bro. These kids, they are baby fanatic.
Good shot onto Boomy there with the shotgun, but the regrowth yet again doing big work here for Division 1.
One move themselves up.
Satellite can make his way back pretty quickly. Exa does find the lurker from Dynamic, so it's just a push that is the only thing that matters. The Viper's pin thrown up by Exa just in case they want to pivot back to that B site. Xander with the orbital strike to hold out the opening front line, and Calamity's Reign will only get 2 on the way down. First half of the spike gives away Smoke's position on the trade back, but Foreign body giving away
no time. 10
seconds with the smokes dissipating. Just down to Mikey with 8 seconds to go. This round is nigh impossible, but just enough time to plant this spike, and Smoke does have to win the fight.
Actually got dangerous a little bit.
Is the one who grabs the credit for it.
Will find their spot into grand finals, but this is still
how, bro?
Seekers out quick.
That was a collide in my eyes.
Against all of it and still gets out.
Oh my god, he got eaten by the wolf.
Dog that gets the final bit of the health pool in the pit thrown up quickly, but even quicker, Xander's molly catches Dynamic's body. Huge win con gone for D1, and they've got to brawl their way through it before turning tail and heading to that less vacated B site. Satellites buck. Yeah, that's
crazy.
Oh, Nature! But Nature with the extra bird gets 2 back down. And Shopify, clearly they want to have a little bit of fun with it, but
they fool you, bro.
That may lead to D1 being able to escape with one more round. It's just 1v2, and D1 have the right guess on which site is now emptied.
You gamble, man.
Yeah, Exa back into this position. We've hyped him up as the guy who's able to find those clutches. And as that clock burns down,
so I like what Exa is doing here. You're going on flying.
Going for that
they might not expect that.
Making sure that none of the Division 1 players will be aware of where this is going. 1v2 scenario here. All util has been drained from both sides. Let's see how Exa wants to take this one.
Really not much time to, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, they will know now.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Having Boomy and Foreign on the same exact spot is a choice.
Right.
Okay, now they'll extend. Double swing outside. There you go. Plan that the riflers still have. So Spike will go down without a hitch. Bird scopes out lamps, gives Calamity that idea that he might be a little freer than bargained for, but the rifle makes it so he is freer than he bargained for. It's about who makes a dent at this point.
Yep.
Aye. Yeah, Calamity stunning himself there. That does let him get 1.
Yeah,
okay, Nature.
Low.
That is a rifle his way. We can maybe get at least 1 more on the way down here. Warren's been shipped. You know time regardless here, but you'd love to get a couple more bodies on the way down, make this economy a little risky.
Man, Nature is on fire, bro.
Nature.
What a day, dude.
I mean, Boomy has no reason to peek this,
Okay.
but he will.
Oh, he's zoning then. Holy shit. GG or OT.
This could be the round.
I smoke again. I had a chance.
Smoke. Misses that initial op shot and is getting chased down. But oh boy, it's all the ultimates.
Wow, they're gonna take everything to try to chase him down, but
I gotta shoot something, bro.
And it's the clutch trap that does so much
this
that
Asian,
orbital strike has no slow to support it, and so nobody from Shopify dies. Now the Seeker's tossed out by Nature. No reason not to let him fly when there's only 3 more members of the team.
Close the map.
And it'll confirm all of them over on this stack. Albeit, well, one actually did make it to showers. I think Boomy might have just outran it, so they might not be aware of that full-blown presence, but they have a good idea of it. It's 5v3. Yeah, uphill battle, and X is right in front of all of it. They'll check it and win it. Exa doesn't get a body.
He needs one there, bro.
And D1
That was
yet
very
again have a
aggressive
sight to
hold.
themselves. This is where they're strongest. This is where they
I think
have
it's
those
unnecessary
opportunities built
on
for
that
themselves every time. Namali out from foreign prevents them from immediately engaging. Now the Seeker's out. Guarantees that full presence in the back hall. And Mikey has just refreshed a bird as well for the engagement that is no doubt on the horizon. Smokes, saturate, will try to catch a part of the site. Satellites in, followed by Sander. They
Oh my
catch
god.
start.
I
Booming
bullet.
the he can't even manage to take care of
GG, bro.
Shopify Rebellion Black.
There's revenge on the grand final. Shopify Rebellion Black versus Ebady, bro. I wanna see what's gonna happen there after getting 13-0. Bro, I cannot scream, otherwise I lose my voice. My friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, activate notifications. I will try to do the highlights of Shopify Rebellion Gold right now. So keep an eye on that. It's gonna be their first game with the new roster. Now take some time off. And I wish you guys a great day, great life, my friends. Thank you so much for everything. I love you, and I see you in the next. It is time, my friends. Ebady versus Shopify Rebellion Black for a spot in the grand finals. Two amazing things, bro. Let's go, let's go. Very stacked rosters, guys. VCT rosters, if you ask me.
And SRB, I mean, they stood out. They were waiting for that encounter, and that was
Get
not
ready
the
for some
result they were
beautiful
hoping
Valorant, guys.
for. So, minimizing now, you've removed the flashes from the SRB side, or at least one level of it. And now M80, well, they're never really
He's
just
going
sitting
no, man.
there. And SRB are just going for shenanigans at this point.
It's just
Man, I like what
Shopify
Shopify is doing here, Whaley
down to what information Spaz can
and
get.
Noon. I think he's still pretty strong if they have the players that can play it.
Confirm a third
We're probably
body,
gonna see
then they
Smoke
can
more
just
with the
score
AWP.
one versus
He's
whatever
one of the
side they
best.
want to. So Spaz will go look for the information.
But they need the economy to do it.
All right, Smoke needed to do something, or this pistol was just looking so over, and that is enough to spell the decision here of M80. Now to just trickle into the B site, waiting at the very back. Xander can be able to play with the rest of the team, still has the paranoia, but that bandit, that entry from Smoke is what was dangerous, and
Nice
you
kill
need
by
that kind of
Nismo, surviving.
follow-up. Satellite made the space, but M80 were so quick to react. There's Smoke, the second kill, the only kills that SRB have, and M80, despite the split. Okay, the ult already from Nismo, and there's the glass cannon up. Nice shot, nice flick. Smoke hasn't missed so far. A lot of the kills have come from him, and Nature will anchor towards the site. Flashes for himself, tries to escape. Caillou will still be resilient, and M80 crunching down on the last seconds to plant. Here's SRB's re-entry, not giving them a moment to sink or swim, and it's Alvin. More around his team on the drop down. You are
Nice
giving up
shot.
space, but Nature denies that same real estate over on the right side of the map. This is going to confirm that commitment of M80 towards the B side. Paranoia, I don't think, connects onto Exa, and Xander's going to threaten the
And
high
that's how
ground.
they win.
M80 just start scrambling to what to do next.
Bro,
And now
flawless
they're
thrifty.
Hey, so you give M80 that island, that middle of the map, and you hope to converge on them as
They
you
know it's
said.
on up
Now
there.
Bonnie getting speedy, getting loose, using now the wall to try and isolate the ankle, and it's still really a difficult exchange
Nice
for
one,
M80.
Nismo.
It cost him a lot. Nismo has to pull out a double kill from his hat, and you have still the man advantage for M80. Nature's gonna retake that
Guys, I like
space, and
Nismo
this
a
is
lot,
an
man.
angle that maybe M80 are not expecting.
And he's getting better and better playing
But
moment.
Nismo
At the
will
first was
recheck it,
not
refight
good,
and there's
bro.
more on his
It wasn't
plate.
terrible, but
Satellite
wasn't
will
good.
go and take a visit to the Omen, and what a
But now he's getting
teleport.
better.
But look, Satellite
Best.
is unsure on his read, bit of hesitation.
Nice,
And
bro. 5-1.
that wall up too. This kind of tells you that Alvin is leaving and is just going to be back to square one. And look at this aggression from SRB, following through, showing up, now showing himself out. Spaz, I mean, beautiful
Bro.
sun, and now Smoke.
The only round they won was a
He's still
thrifty.
standing.
And it was
Seekers
flawless.
now
Can I do
for
it again?
SRB just to, I guess, guide them through towards B. This is pretty much an open sight for M80, but wait, Xander gets the spike down.
Oh, now that is
will
a problem.
delay
They got
things.
weapons.
The Seekers are also on top of the
Oof.
spike, forcing a Nismo teleport, and it's a messy round from M80. And Nismo, from a 4K to now the lone wolf of this offense.
He's feeling,
Gonna
man.
fake the plant. Oh, there's flashes
Ay,
coming out
bro.
of heaven. He knows there's a threat in garage.
Nice round,
Couldn't
Xander.
walk in time.
Ugh,
And
I
he's
don't like
second
this.
now. This is gonna be really bloody.
Wait, he saw
Maybe
it.
at least we're gonna do it as a step.
Ah, disgusting.
Third, Exa.
Well, nice, Exa.
knows, and it's all M80 falling to one Viper.
And that judge.
They did not expect her to play so far up.
Oh, no knife?
Alvin solo.
Such an annoying choke point to try and get through. Left and right, you got to cross together. No flash from nature, and I guess he doesn't need it. Suddenly, just jumps into the fray, and M80 are really
what can you do,
they
bro?
got the man advantage. I've been waiting to see kind of a different approach here at B.
Man, Xander is really good at playing the side, guys.
This is tough. Xander, he stands tall. He's been identified. Exa with the cutoffs and the snake bite just for that extra obstacle that M80 have to jump through. And man, Spaz passes with flying colors. Caillou steps up and Smoke refracts out after the pick. But the op is going to be a factor and a problem for M80. You just maybe don't want to peek it, and Smoke was not tunneled in on the right ankle. Alvin surprised him. To
Nature
down
has a
that
flash.
is
Bro, they don't have the
massive for
spike.
M80.
Twice Alvin boys.
You can see the spike. You can see the
battle of
spike.
the rifle against the op, and he just breaks the ankles of Smoke twice. Just evaporates him, and he leaving Nature on a 2 versus 1 or 1 versus 2. Good news though, Spike is still down, and he knows that it's down towards B main. So you're forcing players to be out in the open and try to pick it up. So hopefully he can isolate 2 fights.
Oh,